Well, hello everybody. Steve here, and I am live. I should be live right now on LinkedIn and on YouTube. Multi-streaming with Ecamm Live, and it's very early in the morning. Very early in the morning, and just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about live streaming in a very relaxed, informal way, and just doing some testing to see what the algorithm is going to do, if it's going to show it to many people at this hour, as many people might just be up just kind of scrolling on their phone, and or maybe their computer. Maybe you're doing some late night work and you're up and you're just hanging out, and maybe this live stream will pop on your timeline. That's what I'm trying to test out here. But I wanted to talk informally a little bit also about live streaming, about video podcasting and live streaming. Such a great way to get yourself out there, to build a personal brand is so important today. And, I'm dedicated to really kind of helping people through that process. I've created things, services that will help you if you want to start your own video podcast, if you are thinking about doing a YouTube channel and you want to do some YouTube videos. All those things we can kind of help you with. And it's exciting. YouTube is growing. If you do any amount of research, you'll see the rapid growth of YouTube. And so we're excited about that. And we just want to help people take advantage of it in this crazy new world that we're living in, right? Who knows what's happening with the economy and jobs and investments. And so YouTube is another option. If you're not afraid to put yourself out there and, talk about your passions or show your passions in some way on video, it might be a good way for you to kind of get another income stream coming in by using YouTube and the power of video podcasting. Excuse me, I don't have my pop filter on. I hear the peas popping. Usually I would have this on the microphone. I just didn't like the way it sounded. I didn't like the way it looked. So I didn't put it on, but I definitely hear my peas popping. So I probably need to think about putting it on. But I just like it just looks cool like this, right? And I didn't want to put it on. But we'll test it out and we'll see. I'll check it out in post and see if it's terrible. But I'll try to control my peas so I don't blow you out with the pea sound. And some of you may not know what I'm talking about, because I forget sometimes that, some of you all are new to podcasting, or you're new to utilizing microphones like this. But this pop filter will prevent the plosives, the P sound. So I don't know if you heard that, but it can sound pretty harsh when you don't have anything to filter it out. So you can just, sorry about that sound. But you can throw this on, and now, see, now the P sound is not blow out. I'll just keep it on. It's just so big. I don't like the way it looks. But yeah, these are just tools of the trade. This is like how you do a professional podcast with the professional equipment, and you don't need much. Like, this is not an super expensive microphone here, and I've got like one light here. I've got, another hair light coming in. This is an iPhone. The camera that I'm using is actually an iPhone. You don't need some super expensive phone to be able to do this, so yeah. But I'm also going live right now with Ecamm Live, which is the software that I'm using. If you followed me for a while, you know that I love Ecamm. I talk about Ecamm a lot. But this is the software that I'm using. And I'm also streaming music through Epidemic Sound, which will allow you to be able to use music in your podcast. So those are the kind of tools that I'm stressing and making sure that people are aware of, because they're awesome tools to help you with your video podcast production. So just in case, so some of you may say, hey man, I'm thinking about doing it. I just don't know a lot about it. I don't know where to begin in terms of a video podcast. If that is the case, let me show you the service that I created for you. And you can get in where you fit in. Whatever your level of comfort, then there's a place for you. And so let me just show you that. So here we are on my website, and it's just stephenwicks.com. And I've put a link in the description, both for Ecamm and for the podcast service that I've created. But if you go to services on my website here and go to video podcast production, click that, and there it is. You'll see the services that I've created. And I'll just kind of briefly, and what it's called is, it's called StudioCast. That's what the service, I named the service StudioCast. And what you'll see is wherever you, like I said, you can get in where you fit in, basically. There's the Video Podcast Club, which is just $25 a month. And what that is for if you want to do your own podcast and you don't want anybody else to produce it, you just want to do it yourself, but you kind of need a little help, then I would suggest you join the Video Podcast Club. That's where we can get together as a group and you can ask questions, you can practice with one another. That is for the people who just kind of want to do it themselves. Now, if you say, hey, I don't want to do it myself, but I do want to get my feet wet, then you can get your feet wet with the launch product that I created, which is the first entry level. So that's one podcast per month or one show per month if it's on YouTube. And so what that does is it allows you to get started, right? And it allows me to do it for you. And so you don't have to worry about, all the technicalities. I'll walk you through that and help you through that. And so you can get your own show and your own podcast. And it's only $99 a month for that. And again, that's me helping you out and holding your hand and just kind of doing all the work for you. All right. And that's just giving you one professionally produced episode per month. Now, what that does is that, like I said, it gets your feet wet. And it starts to help you build a catalog of videos or a catalog of podcast episodes on YouTube. And that's what you want, right? If you're a person and you're not on YouTube currently, this is going to be great for you because it's going to be a way for you to get your feet wet and to get out there and to get some content going. Many of you, you're just kind of stuck and you haven't started. You just, like I said, you don't know where to start. And so that is a good place for you to just launch. The launch product is just $99 a month, and it gives you one professionally produced episode per month. Then you go on to the Grow plan, and that gives you 2 episodes per month. Okay. And you're going to have the clips that you can use, for reels and things like that. It's all laid out on the website in terms of what you get. And then if you want to just go pro and you want to just do weekly shows or weekly episodes of your podcast, then that's at $450 per month. And that's for the power user, the person that really wants to get going with with their show or their podcast. And so it's super easy. You can see here that Ecamm has partnered with Zoom. And so if you wanted to say, do a show, for instance, and you wanted to have guests, we can create the show for you, get a Zoom link, send it out to your guests join, and they're on the show and it looks great. They come in at a high definition. The sound and audio is going to be great. And, we can get that set up for you. And you can start to have content out there, and you don't have to do it by yourself. That's the thing. And even if you did want to do it yourself, you can join the Video Podcast Club and still kind of have a group of people, a cohort of people to go through to help you in that process. So that's what that was in that's the intent of that group, for people who say, look, I want to kind of do this myself, but I do kind of need to have support of some other people. All right. So that's, like I said, all I had for you tonight. Just wanted to briefly go over that and to let you know that video podcasting and putting yourself out there on video is a great way to get yourself in front of people, in front of, if you're in business, it's a great way to get yourself in front of people so that they are familiar with you and they get to know you, they like you, and then they do business with you, right? There's so much fakeness out there, so many ways that people are just using AI and et cetera, and going live is a good way to let people know who you are, what you're about, and what you're really like, and not some AI polished version of yourself, but how you are in real life. And so it's a great way to do that. And so I encourage you to think about it. And if anything, reach out, go to stephenwicks.com, reach out, and we can do like a free little consultation call. Excuse me. And I need some water. And we can do it that way. Okay. But that's all I got for you tonight. It's late at night, right? Get some sleep. What are you doing up? But if not, if you're catching this on the replay, then that's okay. Go ahead. Like I said, go to the website, check it out. If you have a Mac and you kind of want to play around with Ecamm, the software that lets me do cool little things like this, it is super cool software. I mean, I can't express to you how much I love this thing. Use it pretty much every day, every single day. But yeah, it's just Ecamm. All right, so that's it for me. Send me a message or send me a DM or wherever the young people say. Do that. Reach out to me and let's get started. Okay? Thanks a lot. See you. Bye.